Area school boards have adopted budgets for voters to decide on in a few weeks.
And joining us now is Central Square School Superintendent Tom Colabufo. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We got to ask you, so last year your budget was one of 5 in the Central New York area that got voted down. How much did that affect what's being put before voters this time around?
Well, it definitely impacted it. When we went out at 6.86%, a lot of people think that we went above the cap, that we needed a supermajority, but we didn't. That was the cap. And the reason why we went out at 6.86 is that was on the heels of a few years of going out at a 0% 2 straight years. And when you do that, there's many factors that go into the cap, but it also raises the cap. So oftentimes at Central Square, we only went half as high as we could because we were very fiscally aware and responsive to our community. Now our cap is 2.99. So last year when the 6.86 got shot down, basically what we did was we said, if the community votes this down, then essentially they are going to play a role in a lot of those cuts that we had, like the 5:30 shuttle, paying for the elementary supplies, things like that. And then we can say to them, we put that out this year, and then we put out a 3% increase, and it was passed by like 1,100 votes. This year, the cap itself is 2.99, so we're going out at 2.99.
Yeah, let's walk through a few of the numbers. So the overall budget, how much has it gone up? If it has gone up, I assume it probably has, and you just mentioned what the tax...
Yeah, so it has gone up slightly. Basically, what that comes down to is about $38 is the estimate for a $100,000 house. That's $76 for a $200,000 house. If they're fortunate enough to live in a $300,000 house, $114. So overall, we haven't done anything new. We're just about maintaining what we had. We have 6 special patrol officers, 1 in each school. We're going to keep a special patrol officer. Given everything that's going out there in society right now, we didn't think it was smart to reduce that.
There are some positions that will be cut, though, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, so there's a total of 9 positions. 2 of them were in the high school, English and social studies teacher, but that was more for attrition. So if there were class sizes 11 or 12, obviously we need to right size that. If a district doesn't do that, then they find themselves 6 or 7 years down the road and they have to cut 75, right? So we have to be aware of that. And ideally, it's best when someone retires that they're able to do it through attrition. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case with the 2 positions at the high school, but they're amazing. They're going to be hired no problem by a district needing a social studies or English. Then we had some elementary, and that was through mostly through attrition, people retiring. The class sizes were manageable. Class size may only go up 1 or 2, and it's still where it needs to be. But overall, it's very minimal layoffs. It's cutting positions, but because people retired, it's through attrition.
And how much of that has to do with enrollment? What's enrollment looking like in Central Square? Many districts are going through a decline in enrollment.
So Central Square, I would say about 15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago, had about 5,000 students. It has reduced ever since, but they called it the Seversky study, and basically said by about 24, 25, it's going to level out, and that's where we're at right now. So we're around 3,500 students, but the curveball that can be thrown to us is Micron, because they're saying in 5 years, Central Square could be one of the largest school districts in the region because that's the available amount of land that people are going to move to.
Wow. Do you start preparing for that now?
We started preparing a year and a half ago because parts of our district that are located in Onondaga County are only 1.5 miles from the site. So from our middle school in Central Square, it's only 5 miles. So, and we have, right now, there's farms being sold to major developers to start developing, which is music to our ears. Some people will say, I like Central Square because it's quiet, I can have 20 acres. It will change. You're going to start to see more developments like the Township 5 in Camillus. You're going to start, which is going to be a huge revenue stream for Central Square.
Really interesting. Last one for you. I got about 45 seconds. Do your best elevator pitch to your voters out there. Why is this a good budget for them to approve?
Yeah, so at 2.99, it's a minimal impact to our students and our programming. If, God forbid, that would not pass, that would be about another $1 million. So when we had people saying, please don't cut sports at all, please don't cut, we've already had $128,000 in cuts over the last year and then next year for athletics. Band, it's the same thing. We're looking at what we can do to make cuts, but if it passes, it's minimal. If it doesn't pass, it's going to be impossible to be able to maintain the level of programs and extracurricular. We have college courses, 26 at the high school, that kids don't pay for. It saves them $50,000 or $60,000. And we send over 185 kids a year to BOCES, which is huge, seeing that they're hiring clinicians right now at $100,000. We're certifying them at BOCES. So we're really hoping that things go well on May 19.
All right, voters have a lot to think about. Thank you, Tom, for joining us.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.